What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 30 of Hit the Books. I am your co-host, Tyler Huffnagel. I'm joined by my other co-host, Michael Mackey. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on, guys? Back for another week. Already up to 30, so let's have a good week.
Episode 30, we're back. We're pumping them out now week by week. Crazy to think we've been doing this for 30 weeks at this point. I mean, you look back at the whole NFL season and what we've been doing after the NFL season. Obviously, the content being a lot harder with not having the NFL going on. We're at a very dead point of the NFL season being the off season, but not a lot going on. A couple free agency things we're going to want to get into with the NFL, but this week we're definitely going to dive into these NBA play-in games as these have come to an end. The Masters this past weekend coming to an end, and obviously as we look ahead to the NBA and NHL playoffs. Last but not least, we will dive into the MLB as the MLB opening day did happen since we last spoke. So definitely a lot to get into, but on a football side, nothing too exciting. Couple big deals, couple rumor mills going around. Mackie, where you want to start at? You just want to get these NFL free agency talk out of the way?
Yeah, let's just start off with the NFL. So what's going on in the NFL right now?
Exactly. So let's dive into what we all love the most, what we're here for, the NFL. So right now, as of this morning, we're going to see Sammy Watkins signing a deal with the Green Bay Packers to replace Devonte Adams. I don't know. I don't necessarily want to say to replace him as the one because Valdes-Scantling, I believe he went to Kansas City, correct?
I don't know. Did he?
He did leave. I know he left. So without Valdes-Scantling, it's really just Sammy Watkins, Tanyan, and what's his name? Allen Lazard. So
I like Allen Lazard. I think he's good.
I was going to say, I think if Sammy Watkins can kind of step in and play his role and what that team will need him to do, obviously with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, deciding to come back and not end up leaving. Really, I think he's kind of regretting not leaving. I mean, I don't know how you're not with your number one receiver just ended up walking away. What everyone was saying, that'd be so messed up if Rodgers leaves and Devonte Adams signs his franchise tag and he has to stay here for a year. You know what I mean? On a contract year without a quarterback, and really Devontae's the one that just dipped. So
yeah, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers had to know he was leaving when he decided to resign. There's no way they didn't communicate about that.
Yeah, because if you don't communicate that, and I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm just not showing up to work until someone formally apologizes to me for just trading my number one target. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to know about that. But
I think Sammy Watkins is a good ad for them, though. I think this is a chance for him to have a breakout season.
I was going to say, this is a chance for him to really kind of revive his career. A lot of receivers, they go to Baltimore and just die because they don't throw the ball.
Yeah, so exactly. And there's so many of the same receivers.
Yep. And it's like him, Hollywood Brown, like it's just a bunch of fast skill guys that are, you know what I mean, very I hate to say average receivers, but like none of them are like, you know what I mean, standout. Like who's the last standout crazy wide receiver that's ever played for the Ravens?
Yeah, I mean
like Steve Smith is the last like Hall of Famer, and he wasn't like even really good for it by the time he got there.
Yeah, who?
But,
I don't know.
They don't have like a true.
Who did Joe Flacco throw to?
Torrey Smith and
Torrey Smith,
Anquan Anquan, remember him after the?
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, receivers aren't really known for Baltimore.
Yeah, it's a run. It's always been running, even with Flacco. Like, it's always been the defense, and then they're just like, yeah, we'll just hit you, run up the middle, and you're gonna have to stop us on 3 downs.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for Sammy Watkins. Like I said, I think it's a chance for him to revive his career with an obviously elite quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's able to get done up in the NFC North with the Packers.
Yeah, his fantasy stock has really risen with this trade here, being number one with Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely. And another one that I'm hearing, and this isn't, I don't know if anything's official on this, but I did hear a couple of different podcasts and radio shows talking about this. Stefan Gilmore will be visiting or has visited with the Indianapolis Colts. Kind of an older player at this point of his career, definitely known to be a veteran, but still an elite player, former defensive player of the year. What do you think Stefan Gilmore could add to the Colts if he does end up going to a team like that?
I mean, Stefan Gilmore going to any team is going to obviously positively impact the defense. He's just an all-around great player. He's a leader. He makes great plays. He makes big plays, and, you know, he is one of the best for a reason. So I think adding him to this Colts defense is gonna, like, this already good Colts defense will be huge for this team.
Yeah, I mean, the Colts have kind of always been known to me as like, even like when I'm younger, I just think like the Colts being this like really good NFL team. I know the past couple years they've kind of been bouncing around playing kind of like scraps with the rest of the NFL's quarterbacks, bringing in Phillip Rivers and then Wentz and now Matt Ryan. It's like, how many of these veteran quarterbacks are you going to bring in before you either A, find your guy, or B, realize this isn't what you need to do? But you know what I mean? It's hard to tell these NFL teams bringing in a veteran quarterback, having the team ready and bringing in a veteran quarterback that is ready doesn't work because the LA Rams just won a Super Bowl doing that. I mean, I know they have arguably the best defense in the NFL, but for the past couple of years. But I mean, Stafford is a veteran that struggled in Detroit. It's like a lot of these teams, you see them doing it. You see Tampa Bay, holding on to Brady for dear life. I know he just retired and came back. That whole thing. A lot of these teams are trying to force these quarterbacks to play longer and just kind of build the offense around them. You know what I mean? We'll throw deep or we'll throw short if you can't throw it deep, like kind of in Ben's sake. It's like a lot of these teams, when they get their guy, they don't want to let him go because they know what the rebuild will look like.
Yeah, in this day and age, it's really hard to rebuild with a good quarterback. We've seen it go south a lot of times. So
I don't think we ever really got into that. What do you think about Matt Ryan with the Colts? I don't think we ever actually sat down and talked to that. I think that happened the week that you were on vacation and I was on here solo.
I don't know. I think he'll be there for 1 year. I mean, it's just gonna be.
Is he Phillip Rivers 2.0 there?
Yeah, he is, but I think he may have a little more success than Phillip Rivers. I mean, I don't know. He's not an. I mean, he hasn't been the same ever since that Super Bowl loss. But that Atlanta team wasn't good to begin with. He had no help. So, I mean, I think he can have a good year in Indianapolis.
I was gonna say everyone acts like that 28-3 Super Bowl against the Patriots is like that embarrassing. Yeah, it's a huge lead in the Super Bowl, but that team's defense was not good. And that team, all they had was Matt Ryan, Julio, and who was the running back that I'm forgetting?
Devonte Freeman.
Devonte Freeman.
Yeah, them three tore it up.
It was like all three of them on a hot year. It's like they didn't have a defense. They've never had a defense.
But Matt Ryan hasn't been the same since then. So
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, I know. That was your point. I agree. But I just feel like he takes a lot of heat for that when his team wasn't that good. It has never really been that good. Not saying he is, but like he's never had that great of a team either.
yeah, he got them there to begin with. Like, it was all him.
I was gonna say he's been an MVP.
That was his MVP year.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's shown that he can carry a team. If he would have had a better team that year, you got to think you get that done. I'm 28-3 in the Super Bowl. Like, come on.
I mean, he basically had it done.
Everything. It was all over but the crime.
Everything had to go wrong, and it did. So it's just Tom
Brady.
Brady.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That's the kind of Super Bowl like you're watching the first half and you're like, "Are you kidding me? It's a blowout!" Like, and then all of a sudden it turns around. You watch the second half, you're like, "Oh my god, this is one of the best Super Bowls I've ever watched."
You'll completely stop watching. You'll end up turning it back on because you see on Twitter that it became a close game.
Yeah, that's I couldn't imagine. Yeah, that game was crazy. But let's get into this last NFL free agency big deal that happened. The Las Vegas Raiders have proven that they have found their guy and they have faith in Derek Carr, giving him a 3-year, $121.5 million contract extension. This deal also includes a no-trade clause. What do you think about this going ahead for the Raiders, battling out in that division, the new-look division with Russ, with the Broncos, this new-look Chargers team with all the stars on defense, and obviously we know what Mahomes and the Chiefs are capable of. Where do you see Carr taking this Raiders team?
Yeah, I mean, I like the deal. I think he deserves it. I don't not like Carr. I still don't think that he matches up well in this division with the three other quarterbacks in this division, especially adding Russ to the Broncos. He just, I don't know. I definitely think that Mahomes is better than him. I think that
he's the worst quarterback in that division.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got to be the worst quarterback in that division. But
like,
I don't think that's a bad move for the Raiders, and I think that Derek Carr deserves that. But I don't think that the Raiders are going to be contenders in that division for the next 3 years at
I
least.
was gonna say for I don't love Derek Carr, but I don't hate him. Like he's just that guy. He's just kind of there. But like he is an average. He's like a above average quarterback. You know, he has the chance to get you in the playoffs, as we've seen last year. When I mean, obviously he didn't win that game. They Brandon Staley called
Yeah, but he
time
won
out.
he won that game, that Week 17 game that got him
I
into
was,
the playoffs,
I
which
was gonna
was
say
basically a playoff game.
that was the playoff game. So it's like I don't know. Derek Carr, his whole career has just kind of been like when you think of like average to above average. You know what I mean? Like he's like an 83 overall. He's not.
Yeah,
He's
that's a
not
good
gonna.
way to put him.
Yeah, you're
An
not.
83 overall.
You're not gonna run around the field with him. You might, you know what I mean, make like a two. You might like make a wild card run or divisional round, but I don't know. I don't ever see Derek Carr winning a Super Bowl. That's nothing against the Raiders organization. The Raiders have had a couple seasons where I'm like they have a really nice team. Guys like Jacobs. I keep saying it. We know what happened to Ruggs. They've had the guys. They just can't keep them on the team. So, but obviously, no major props due to Derek Carr. He definitely deserves that money. He's been consistent throughout his career. As I say, you know, above average. Above average in the NFL gets you paid. And that's very
Yeah, I mean Raiders haven't had like a really good team, and he's gotten them to the playoffs. So
yeah,
he's doing his job.
yeah, absolutely. And but like you said, being the worst quarterback in that division, that's nothing like really against him. Those are three studs that he's in a division with. And there's also other divisions that he would be arguably the best, if not multiple divisions that he would be the best quarterback in.
Yeah, definitely. There's a few of them.
Yeah, like AFC South immediately. You know what I
The
mean?
what?
AFC South, like Colts, Titans,
Titans. Yeah, definitely.
Texans, and
Definitely.
Jaguars.
He would definitely be
He's
the
the
best.
best there immediately. And I bet you could find one in the NFC, not the NFC East, because he's not better than Dak.
Yeah, he's not better than Dak.
But
No, because
still,
then you
being
got
top two
then
in
you
like
got
divisions in the NFL, that means you're like if you really do that, like if you, I actually, I don't know what the number would be on that if you were to like sit down and be like, is Derek Carr a top two quarterback in this division? Is he a top two quarterback in this division? Yes, no, you know what I mean? Go through it, and then you're like, okay, you basically think he's a top 12 quarterback. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh. Well, he's definitely. I would say he's top 10. I'd say he's like right around 10.
He's bubble 10. I'm sure I could think of like 9 guys I like more than him, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially Allen, Mahomes, everyone in his division. Sean Watson, if he comes back healthy and ready to go, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady,
Yeah,
Dak.
yeah, we already did it. There we go. He's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally going to wrap up this NFL little segment, but obviously not too much going on as stuff continues to happen. We'll continue to look into it. But that is going to wrap up the NFL portion of the episode. So, Mackey, did you take anything on any of these NBA playing games? I didn't actually bet on any of them, but I did like.
Yeah, I'm 0-1. I didn't want to play any of them, but I liked the value on the Spurs with the 6 points, so took that. They ended up losing by 10. They shouldn't have covered. They never really were in the game, so
Yeah,
whatever.
I was watching that Brooklyn game, and it was getting out of hand, and then the Cavs started coming back, and
They ended up covering the 8 points.
they did end up covering the 8 points, and then the Clippers, they were 3.5 point underdog. I think I saw them at. They did not cover, losing by 5 to the Timberwolves, and Timberwolves celebrating like they just won the NBA Finals. A lot of people giving them a lot of heat for that.
Yeah, but like good for them. That team was never supposed to be anywhere near that tournament.
I love the meme of the one where it's like all the people standing on the pedestals and they're all looking down.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom, it's the dude like popping the bottle of champagne, but really he came in like 16th place.
Yeah.
I saw someone crop one of those at Pat Beverly. It was so funny.
Yeah, because Pat Bev was up on the table and shit.
Yeah, like come on, dude.
Yeah, you need to calm down a little.
Yeah, like you won the game. Yeah, celebrate, but get off the table.
Fucking bum.
But yeah, so that was just the first day of the game. So the Nets beating the Cavs 115 to 108, and the Timberwolves beating the Clippers 109 to 104. Wednesday, April 13th, we had the Hawks defeating the Hornets in a blowout fashion by 29 points, winning 132 to 103. And then, as you said, the Pelicans defeating the Spurs 113 to 103 in New Orleans. I think, looking at these games for tomorrow, you have anything that you like on it specifically on either of the games tomorrow?
I think the Pelicans have a legitimate chance of beating the Clippers in that game because C.J. McCollum carries that team. I was watching that game yesterday, and that team revolves around him, and he's really done a really good job at taking on that leadership role because he didn't have it in Portland.
I was
He
gonna
had
say
Dame,
he's always been behind Dame.
so he's definitely stepped up, and you got Bi right behind him. This team's good. This team's all around got a good team, so I can see them pulling one off tomorrow.
It's just not. It's such a shame that Zion and all this shit going on with his injuries and stuff. It's like
He needs to get on the court.
he needs to get back, dude. This team needs him. It's like now more than ever, really, because they're prime. Not really for a championship run. Like no one's calling the Pelicans contenders, but like
I mean, they're gonna get
if
beat
Zion,
by
I was gonna say they're gonna get smoked, but
Phoenix.
if Zion has a nice, you know what I mean, if he could come back healthy and have a nice series, you never know. Like
They can get a higher seed next year. They can be a top 5 seed next year, maybe.
yeah, not have to play Phoenix in the first round. That'd be
Yeah,
ideal.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So I definitely think Pelicans +4 has a play or has a chance at a play for me.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. What's the other one? What's the other line?
Let me see here. Hawks at Cavaliers is going to be the first game. Pelicans and Clippers the 10 o'clock game. Hawks Cavs being the 7:30 game. I'm seeing Hawks -2.
Ooh. I don't know. I like the Cavs in the playoffs this year. I really think it's gonna happen in Cleveland.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm getting
We'll see.
I'm seeing what MGM has it set at.
I could see a Cleveland win there.
I'm seeing Atlanta -2.5. Cleveland money line sitting at +115. And I'm seeing Pelicans +3.5 at -105.
I like the underdogs.
Separately?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If you get lucky with one, you make a little profit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think too. So I like +115 or +145 if you take both underdog money lines. I'm just not sold on the Clippers. But playing Paul George is he looked good the other
Yeah, Paul George, you're right.
They call him instead of playoff P now, it's play-in P.
No, it's pandemic P.
Oh, I like that was funny too.
Fucking brick.
They keep everyone on Pat McAfee show, or I forget who I listen to. They keep calling him Playing P, or it's Big Cat on Part of My Team. It is so funny, dude. They're like, yeah, it's not playoff P anymore. It was pandemic P, and now it's Play-in P because it's all he does is lose or make the play-in game.
Literally, I agree.
There's certain players that this play-in game were just created for, and he's one of them. Let's look ahead at some of these. Let's look at the rest of this NBA bracket. Have you looked too much into the bracket of who plays each who?
Yeah, one big series I was looking at was Brooklyn Boston, which Boston's -145 in the series.
I want to try to pull up my series stuff like that. All right, here we go. So Utah Jazz, Dallas. Who you like in that series?
Let's just do picks.
All right, you go first.
All right, so who would you say? Dallas, Utah?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take Dallas with the upset.
Yeah.
I know they're the lower seed, but they are the underdogs in this.
Yeah, I don't know. Utah. My thing with Utah is they're just not too they've never really excited me. Really throughout this entire dominant run they've had over the past couple of years in the NBA.
And they haven't been playing well recently at all.
I was gonna say early on in the season, if you would have taken the Jazz spread every game, it was free money, and now it's like they're just like you said, they're just really not playing too good. But let's look into what's this next one? We'll look at Minnesota, Memphis. I think we both like Memphis here.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, Memphis should get this done in 5.
I was gonna say
give Minnesota a game.
At least Denver, Golden State.
I like Golden State. I like them in 7 though. I think Jokic steals at least 2, and then you win one at home.
I was just going to say, I know you're a Curry guy. I just don't think this is going to be as easy as everyone thinks it's going to be for the Warriors. But
Yeah, no shot, no way.
they come out
No.
on top, like you said.
Curry's also injured. He might not even play in Game 1.
Yeah, Steph Curry on track.
I think
Stephen Curry is on track to play in Game 1 on Saturday versus Nuggets. Curry scrimmaged today.
Oh, good. I didn't know that.
He says there is still some discomfort in his foot. ESPN is on point with giving me these headlines.
Yeah, I think Jokic gives them a run for their money, but they'll get out of it.
I agree. You're not just gonna back down Jokic like that. The Warriors don't really have anyone to D him up like that. I mean,
Yeah, Draymond can't do it for 7 games. I can tell you that.
He's gonna get at least 2, like you said. And you got to think. I mean, the Warriors are a shooting team. You got to think they have a night where shit's not falling.
They're just not hitting. Yeah,
and
exactly.
It seems like there's a lid on the basket, and they score 85 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just the kind of night you have with teams like that. It's just some nights it feels like everything's falling, and they put up 140, and then other nights you put up 80, and you're like, is it halftime or is the game over? You know what I mean? Like, but I'm with you. I like the Warriors coming out on top in this series, but as we said, I think it's going to be at least 6 or 7 game series for the Warriors. Let's head over to the East side. Who you like? Brooklyn, Boston. We got Brooklyn, slight underdog at plus 110. Boston coming into this thing one of the hotter teams in the NBA, minus 130.
Dude, Boston's good, man. I mean, I don't know. I think if Brooklyn gets past this and they go all the way, but I think Boston beats them here. I do. Jason Tatum's playing out of his mind. That whole team is just clicking. Marcus Smart just won Defensive Player of the Year. So
this is going to be the best series by far.
This is going to be insane. It's got to go 7 games.
Yeah. I like. As soon as I say Boston, I'm just like, you're Kevin Durant, Kyrie, playoffs. Like,
you just don't expect Durant to go out in the first round.
That's what I mean.
Isn't it crazy how much different the NBA playoffs is now from 2017?
Oh yeah, Brooklyn was the worst team in the league. The Nuggets or the Suns.
Also, a 7 or an 8 seed would never have a chance of beating a 1 or a 2 seed. LeBron would sweep year after year.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Remember he went like 7 straight years. He didn't lose a game in the first round.
He swept 7 years in a row or something like that.
It was
ridiculous.
It was like 28-0 in the first round from whatever year that started until the first time he lost with the Lakers.
Yeah, the NBA's come a long way with competitiveness like that.
Yeah, they just started breaking up they're back to big 2s now instead of big 3s.
Yeah.
They split up. A couple more teams got some players. And then you still got teams like Sacramento who are like trading away Tyrese Halliburton for no reason.
For no reason. He's good, dude. He's going to be really good.
You just feel bad for teams like that. I remember I saw all the signs the fans made when they traded him. They were like, why did we just trade him? We're not in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, he's young. We just drafted him. Like, what is the point? It's not like he's like some veteran guy.
Or just trade a young guy like that.
Yeah.
You're trying to rebuild.
They just showed Ben Simmons sitting on the sidelines in his Hulu has live sports suit. Did you see that meme? That was so funny.
No, I didn't.
It was like when you have a Hulu has live sports commercial at 6, but a Nets game at 7. And he's wearing that green jacket with the white shirt. Another good one. I think it's going to be a good series, but obviously Milwaukee's going to come out on top. Chicago, Milwaukee.
I honestly don't see Chicago even putting up a fight here. I think it can be done in 5 games. Isn't DeMar DeRozan out?
I think I was gonna say, isn't one of their big 3 out?
Lonzo Ball's out too. They're not gonna compete.
Yeah, they're plus 700 to win this series.
Yeah, it's not.
The series spread. The series spread is plus 2.5, and the Bulls are plus 144.
Yeah, I saw that. The Bucks are minus 190 for minus 2.5.
I have 180.
So that means
so insane.
So that means 4 or 5 games.
Yeah. They think Chicago is going to steal game 4 at home, backs against the wall. Milwaukee won.
Maybe game 4, yeah, or maybe game 3, first game at home.
Yeah.
And who's next?
Last one's Toronto, Philly. Another
Good
This
series.
is a really
Good
good one.
series.
Toronto sitting at plus 150. Philly sitting at minus 180. The series spread is going to be Toronto plus 1.5 is minus 150. So I think this is another one that could go 7.
There's no value in betting either team here, in my opinion,
Mm-mm.
because I think it's going to be a really good.
This is one you just want to
Good,
watch.
yeah, I mean, these two teams go at it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
uh,
They're, every
it's gonna be
home
a really
game.
good
Every
NBA playoffs. I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
I
gonna
say
be
that
better than
every
any other
year, but
year. Say again.
I feel like I say that every year that it's going to be a good playoffs. Obviously, with everything, I just get really excited for it. But I think this is definitely going to be a very exciting NBA
This
playoffs.
is this is definitely the most competitive playoffs the NBA has had in a while.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so definitely excited to look ahead at some of these NBA games as we come down to the bid as the playing tournament comes to an end and we start the NBA playoffs. So stay tuned for our NBA picks, stuff like that as we get into playoffs. I know I'll personally have a lot of picks going for that as I love betting the NBA, I love betting the NBA playoffs. So stay tuned to all the social medias and stuff for that. But with the NBA coming to an end, that means we get the NHL coming right behind it. We only got a couple of games left for some of these teams. A lot of these teams having 75, 76 games played, some as low as 73. So a lot of these teams having like 8 games left coming down to it. What do you think, Mackey? Who you liking coming in? A lot of these teams some are hot right now, some are cold. My Pittsburgh Penguins are one of them right now. They weren't looking too good. They ended up getting the win tonight against the Islanders, clinching the playoffs, and it's looking like we're going to be seeing each other in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen. We can get that 1 seed. You guys could drop down to that wild card spot, but that is what it looks like it's going to happen. There has to be some weird things to happen if that doesn't happen. But I don't know. It's going to be a good series. I think we've had your number this year.
Yeah.
Clearly, and there's a lot of beef going into this game after obviously what happened last game. But I don't know. I don't like how Shesterkin waved because that's going to come back to bite him in the ass, and I know it is.
I was going to say, wait
Because
for
that's the
Malkin
type
to
of
bury one on him and then do the same thing or some shit.
that's the type of thing. That's the type of stuff that happens. Like you guys are going to get the last laugh because that's like how shit works, you know.
And that's just like, as a goalie, you know what I mean? When shit bites you in the ass, you're a goalie, it hurts a lot more because that means
You're a
you gave up
goalie.
a
It's
goal.
personal. It's personal when you're a goalie.
Yeah, Malkin's like, all right, I played like shit. We lost 3-2. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not defending him. It's just like when you're a goalie, it's different. You're a goalie. You understand.
Yeah, you don't want to do that as a goalie, especially when you're expecting to see them in playoffs for a 7-game series. Like,
I was going to say, you better be the MVP of the league if you're going to do that.
I mean, he if any goalie's going to do it, it's going to be him. You know, he's
Yeah.
the one that can back it up. But I
Yeah.
just hope he can.
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's gonna be a great series. A lot of like you said, a lot of off, or I guess not necessarily in the game stuff that's going into this. As you said, a lot of the drama that's building up, a lot of the beef, but it's gonna be exciting as we come down to it. I cannot believe you guys have 102 points.
Dude, we went on a run, dude.
You guys
We've
play
been playing
tonight?
really well. We no, we didn't play tonight. We don't play till Saturday. But we've been winning, dude. We're right behind
You're tied with
Colorado
you're
or
you're tied with the
Carolina.
Leafs.
Yeah, dude, we're up there. But we're not gonna get that 1 seed.
No. Is Boston eliminated?
No.
So who's the Boston and Washington are going to be the two
Wild card, most
wild
likely.
cards?
It could be Tampa.
Oh my God, yeah, they are close.
But Tampa won tonight and Boston lost, so that was huge.
Yeah, that was big because now they have 98 and Boston has 95. They can't even catch them in a
A-
one-game swing.
And they were Tampa's games played are low too.
Okay.
But I mean it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
A lot of things can change.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely a lot of stuff can change in these next. I mean, we still have like some of these teams have 9 games left. So
Yeah, I think we have 7. You guys have
you guys have
You guys can't really catch us.
we have one less than you.
Yeah, you guys can't really catch us. We
You guys
kind
would
of
have to go on like a 4-game losing streak.
and our schedule is too easy for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
But
glad we got in.
yeah,
16 straight years we've made the playoffs.
That's insane, dude. You guys are like the Red Wings.
Yeah, it's literally turning
What were they
into
at 20?
27.
What were they at 25? 27.
It's gonna be really hard to touch that streak.
I mean, you guys got another 4 or 5 years at least.
And then it's really just who do you hand it off to? If it's Gensel and Rust, kind of older, and you got to find your next guy. It's always
Kapanen's got to step up.
he really needs to these playoffs. Or I think he's out of here this offseason if he doesn't step up.
Yeah, definitely. If he doesn't step up.
Because the potential is there, and that's the worst part. Is my dad told me tonight, he was like, "We gotta trade him." I'm like, "Dude, as soon as you trade him to like the fucking LA Kings, he's gonna have 45 goals." You know what I mean? Like guys like that, as soon as they just get
Yeah,
a change of
exactly.
scenery, and it's like you hate to hold him back and like hold back his career, but like you want his success to be here. I mean, he went to Toronto, he lit it up there for a little bit, came back here. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the guy. When he has success, he looks like a very elite player in this league.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
A lot of stuff going into these NBA playoffs or NHL playoffs, so both, I guess. But what other? Is there any other series that are kind of like officially locked up before we look at the West?
Nothing's locked up. You got too many games left.
Yeah,
But
there's too much going on.
I mean, Avs are going to be the 1 seed, obviously,
I was gonna say it looks like
in the West.
Florida's gonna be East for sure. So as you said, yeah, we got Colorado sitting at the one seed of the whole league with 112 points. Right behind them, we got Calgary 99, a lot tighter in the West. Calgary with 99, Minnesota 98. I don't know if that's updated with the win tonight. St. Louis 98, Edmonton.
Minnesota had 98. I think they're. Oh no, maybe they're. No, I think they were at 96. Now they're at 98.
Okay, so they're now at 98. Edmonton 92. Edmonton's turned it on towards the end of the season. They had that tough skid in the beginning or in the middle half of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that coming. They were going to hit a part of their season where they went on like an 8-game win streak or something like
Yeah,
that.
and then you got Nashville and Dallas. So right now Vegas is sitting outside.
Vegas is sitting outside, but they're gonna get in.
They are 4 points out of a playoff spot with.
They're beating Calgary right now. They're winning. They're winning games. They're treating every game like a playoff game.
They have 8 games left, including the 7 games left after tonight. They won tonight, so they're gonna have 87 points. They're gonna be a point out of the playoffs. So definitely here comes Vegas. So I'm with you.
That team's.
I was gonna say
team's good enough. So.
But I think there's definitely a lot of exciting NHL stuff going on with the end of the regular season coming to it. I feel like NHL and NBA playoffs kind of snuck up on me with the Masters and stuff coming to an end. But I'm real excited for the NHL playoffs. Some of my favorite sport. I just love the time of year where it's just NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, whatever you want to watch. You just turn it on. It's fire hockey, fire basketball. You know what I mean? Just
every game is just so good.
Yeah, if we could work the NFL in on Sundays this time of year, oh my God, it'd be amazing. I guess we'll wrap it up talking about the Masters. Not too much to say. We're not too big, you know what I mean? Not gonna sit here and talk golf for 45 minutes, but
Let's just talk about Scotty Scheffler's performance.
I was gonna say you just want to give the guys props where props are due, and Scotty Scheffler going into Sunday with the lead and really just playing against himself on Sunday and having to get the job done. And as he said, you heard what he said to his wife. He didn't feel he was ready for this moment. Being 25 years old, I mean, me being 22, I turned 23 in 2 weeks. It's like I could not imagine waking up. I couldn't imagine going to sleep on the Saturday night. You have a lead in the Masters. I don't even know what it was. It was like 7 strokes. It was like, oh yeah,
dude. He was up like he was like -9, and the next guy was like -3.
I was gonna say it was a 7 stroke lead. Imagine going to sleep on Saturday night and you're just laying in bed. You're like, yeah, don't worry. No one's ever gone into Sunday with a 7 stroke lead and fucked it up. And I'm like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, I can't sleep. Like, I'd be like, I'm going out.
Dude,
I'd be like, is there a driving green or a driving range with like lights on? I need to go hit the course.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he kept calm, dude. He did what he needed to do.
The best part was the end whenever he just messed up the putt and it kind of just like showed he was human.
I saw something. It was like at that point he should have missed it 2 more times just to like just for the hell of it, because like he won by 2 strokes.
I was gonna say
because didn't he like double bogey it?
Yeah, he double bogeyed it. Did you see all the people that had the bet? Because his score going in was a -9, so he would have had to shoot a 70 or better to get.
I did see this.
-11. the amount of people that had minus 11 or better as the winning score of the Masters, not even by Scotty Scheffler. It was just minus 11. Obviously, it was going to be him sitting at minus 11 or minus 9.
Yeah.
But they took it, and we know what happened on the 18th green.
That's insane, dude.
Could you imagine?
Can you imagine?
You're going nuts going up to when he's walking up to the 18th hole.
Yeah, what was he, like minus 13, minus 12?
I think he was 12, and then he two-putted it to 10.
It's brutal.
Couldn't imagine that, but obviously, major congratulations to Scotty Scheffler. That's crazy. I could you imagine being 25 sitting around the Masters clubhouse, and they're all like a bunch of like 68 and 80-year-old dudes.
You got Tiger, you got Ricky, you got Dustin, all these guys.
Spieth. I mean,
and you win.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler is like literally like low key the American dream. Just Texas dude, hot wife, married young, Masters champion.
Yeah, guy's a stud.
Yeah, dude, it's just an absolute stud. But yeah, I mean that's all I got. I don't know about you if there's anything else that you necessarily want to get into, but that's all I got as far as the sports side of things.
No, I mean just recapping sports. I think we covered everything. So.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned to the social media and stuff as we continue to get the posts out. We've been kind of lacking the past couple of days and not too much stuff going on. We're not just going to force plays to force plays. So, if we're not releasing a card, there's not necessarily something that all three of us are loving. So, stay tuned to the Instagram, get the post notifications on. Follow us on Instagram, hit the books. Follow me and Mackey on Instagram, Jesse too. Put a lot into this. So, show the support, repost their stuff, and that really helps us know that you're enjoying the content. You're giving us feedback on what you want us to do, what you like, what you don't like. So we get into the off season and towards the NHL and NBA playoffs. Definitely let us know what you guys are liking pick wise. We'll see what we got. Definitely, Mackie. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I don't know if you got any plays for the NBA Finals or Cup, but I think next week that's something we're gonna want to get into.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play some futures once the playoff starts in the NHL. So. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a little tease for next episode. We'll get into our official picks for the NBA and NHL champions if you were interested in making a little two-legger for some crazy odds. But until next week, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys soon. Mackie, why don't you sign them off?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Back for another week. We'll be back again next week to recap the NHL playoffs getting started. So, thanks, boys.
Alrighty. Have a good one. We will talk to you guys soon. We'll see you next week.
And that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Hit the Books Podcast. Be sure to check us out on our various social media platforms. Instagram at hitthebooks.pod, Twitter at hitthebooks_pod, website at hitthebookspod.com for all the latest on Hit the Books. And be sure to always study hard.
Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.